Hey, Jaylen. It feels like every night now we're asking you, did you ask to take that defensive matchup? Like, what's it like playing against the best guy? You were picking up Tatum full court the whole night, causing havoc. Is this something that you just look forward to every game now?
Yeah, nah, it's fun. It's like a game of chess. Like, a guy has it going, knowing they want to be aggressive. They're going to him every possession. Like, pick him up, be aggressive. Sometimes you gotta be back. It's good. It always gives you good information. And credit to Dame. Like, he still came out and had a good showing. And we guarded him, covered him pretty well. Caused some turnovers, but they played well tonight.
And then what are your teammates telling you when they're seeing you do this? Like, you see the bench get hyped whenever you force this. Like, are you going back to the bench and these guys are just amped that you're taking on this matchup?
I would think so. You probably have to ask them about it a little bit more, but I've been doing it all year. Just taking whoever the best guy is on whatever team. Just that matchup is mine. So I just want to be able to not just take on those matchups, but take them on with a strategy, with intelligence. It's going to help our team win. Not just to be like it's all about me, but just make sure that I can affect the game on offense, and I can also affect the game on defense.
Late in the game, you guys will often put guards in the dunker spot on offense to, I guess, get the guard defender at the rim. When you see that type of spacing, does that make you want to be more aggressive attacking the rim, knowing they don't have a 7-footer down there?
For sure, definitely. When you see where the big is space, always looking for X5. When you see the big is away from the rim, that gives you the indication that you can get to the basket. So definitely that's something that we pay attention to. Tonight, Milwaukee did a good job of just trying to be physical. They've been calling the game a little bit different, officiating. So we're gonna adjust. We got to meet that level of physicality, but they've been letting us kind of play through that a little bit, but we'll have to adjust.
How have you liked the way that the game has been called like a little bit looser since the All-Star break?
Personally, I like it. I think that shit should, but they can't just call it like that and then give certain players touch fouls. Like, okay, you're gonna call the game tight and like let a lot of stuff go, but if it's a superstar player, I'm gonna give him a touch foul. Like, keep it consistent. You know what I mean, for everybody. And I feel like that's where the balance needs to be had, because that makes sense to me. If you're gonna let us play, let us play. Don't let us play, and then because it's a little bit more attention on one of the star players, I'm gonna call a touch foul. Like, make it make sense.
Jaylen, the zone's kind of been this team's bugaboo over the last few years. How do you think you guys handled it tonight, and how can you handle it perhaps better in the future?
I thought we handled it pretty good tonight. I think that we got to our spots. We took our time. I don't know how many turnovers we had, but it wasn't a lot. And we got a bunch of open looks tonight that didn't go in. That, we play this team again, we'll be ready, and they'll go in, they'll drop. But I thought we picked apart the zone pretty well. We just had to match the physicality a little bit more, getting used to how they call in the game and the whistle. We feel like we're the better team, and but if teams are gonna try to out physical us, we got to be ready to take on that each night in and night out. So that's gonna be the key.
How do you keep up the pace of the game late, as opposed to just dribbling the ball, let them get their defense get set, and trying to find the perfect shot? How do you kind of pick up that tempo as you were in the first three quarters?
My thought process is like, of course, like the thought process in the fourth quarter, the game slows down, but it doesn't have to. As long as you take care of the ball, you can still play with pace, still play with speed. We don't got to go into like these slow isolation plays. We can still, get up and run good offense and have pace, et cetera. I think that that's something that we could definitely work on. Just because the game is the fourth quarter doesn't mean we have to play slower. We just need to take care of the basketball, but we can still play with pace.
There hasn't been a lot of games where you guys have had to, particularly recently, you've had to really execute down the stretch, tight games, kind of clutch situations. Is that important? Like, is it something where you need to be in a few of these before the playoffs get here, or is that like a little overrated and whatever, if you win by 20 every night on the way in, it doesn't matter?
Absolutely. It's going to be games like that, It's going to be games where, you ain't miss shots. It's going to be games where it might not go your way, or the other team is making a ridiculous amount of shots, and you got to figure out ways to win. And I thought we handled it well. I think we didn't shoot the ball greatly tonight, and I thought they did. Like Bobby Portis came in and made some big ones. Dame is a hell of a player, but he had tough looks and still made them. And we came down and ran offense and got good looks. We didn't turn the ball over. We didn't get sped up too much. We got a good shot pretty much every time down.
When Peyton was going through kind of his times out of the rotation, you said that you talked to him a number of times, thought it was tough on him, but you liked his mentality. How rewarding has it been for you to kind of see him take that opportunity this year, and how important has his competitiveness and toughness been for you guys off the bench?
Peyton's been great, and I'm not surprised, to be honest. Just some guys just got a certain mentality that they carry themselves with, and Peyton is somebody that you don't worry about. You know, even in the lowest of times, he's a hard worker, and his mindset is phenomenal in terms of like relentless, like never give up, warrior type mentality. So you putting him out there, I'm not surprised at anything that we're seeing now. It's just now the work is coming into fruition.